In the intricate design of human psychology, there are certain vulnerabilities that tend to linger more in women than men. These aren't weaknesses in the absolute sense, but rather areas where women, due to societal norms, personal experiences, or biological factors, might find themselves more susceptible to certain emotional and mental challenges. Understanding these weaknesses is not about labeling or stereotyping, but about fostering empathy, encouraging open conversations, and promoting a supportive environment for women. It's about recognizing the silent struggles that often go unseen behind a woman's strength. So let's discuss 10 psychological weaknesses most women hide. No one overthinking. Overthinking can be a significant psychological weakness for many women. It's like a dark cloud that follows them, casting shadows of doubt and worry on everyday situations. Have you ever noticed your mind playing out countless scenarios in your head? You replay past conversations, analyzing each word, wondering if you said the right thing or did the right thing. You imagine future interactions, anticipating potential problems and worst-case scenarios. This constant overanalyzing can lead to unnecessary stress and anxiety. It might make simple decisions feel overwhelming and happy. Moments seem uncertain. For many women, this struggle with overthinking can be a hidden battle, one that they fight silently, often feeling judged for their need to consider every angle. The fear of appearing indecisive or irrational can make it even harder to open up about this weakness. But understanding that overthinking is a common struggle and seeking support can be a powerful first step towards managing it. Number 2, putting others first. Prioritizing others' needs before their own can be a double-edged sword for many women. On one hand, it stems from a deep-rooted nurturing instinct and empathy. They naturally feel compelled to care for the well-being of those around them, whether it's family, friends, or even acquaintances. This innate desire to help others often manifests as a willingness to make sacrifices, offering support, time, and energy generously. However, constantly putting others first can lead to exhaustion and resentment. It can blur boundaries, leading to people-pleasing tendencies and even codependency in relationships. Moreover, this behavior can sometimes be perceived as a lack of self-respect, potentially leading to undervaluing their own needs and desires. The challenge lies in finding a balance between being selfless and setting healthy boundaries, ensuring that in the act of giving, they don't forget to care for themselves. Number 3, strong emotional attachment. The ability to form deep emotional attachments is often seen as a strength. But for many women, it can also be a source of psychological vulnerability. When they connect with someone or something, they tend to pour their emotions into that relationship or object, be it a person, a pet, or even a hobby. While this intense emotional investment can lead to profound fulfillment and loyalty, it can also result in significant distress when that attachment is broken or lost. Women who experience this heightened emotional attachment might find themselves devastated by the end of a friendship, the death of a pet, or a change in circumstances that severs their connection to something they've deeply invested in. Furthermore, this emotional intensity can sometimes be misconstrued, leading to the fear of being perceived as overly sensitive or dramatic. As a result, many women might hide their deep feelings to avoid misunderstandings or being judged for the strength of their emotions. Number 4, fear of being seen as a burden. In a society that often emphasizes stoicism and self-reliance, many women grapple with the fear of being seen as a burden. They internalize the belief that showing vulnerability or seeking help is a sign of weakness. Instead, they often put up a facade, projecting an image of strength and self-sufficiency to the world. This can be particularly challenging in professional settings, where there's often a stigma against those who appear to need assistance. Women who struggle with this fear might find themselves taking on more than they can handle, sacrificing their well-being for the sake of appearing competent and capable. They might push through exhaustion, illness, or emotional distress, believing that doing so will make them more respected and valued. However, this can lead to burnout, decreased performance, and strained relationships. Number 5. Fear of not being enough. The fear of not being enough is a profound psychological weakness that affects many women. It's a pervasive sense of inadequacy that whispers doubts in their ears, telling them they're not beautiful enough, not smart enough, not successful enough. This fear can be a heavy burden to carry, leading to low self-esteem and a constant need for external validation. Women who grapple with this fear often engage in people-pleasing behaviors, seeking approval and admiration to reassure themselves of their worth. They might compare themselves relentlessly to unrealistic beauty standards or societal expectations, which can lead to feelings of shame and despair. Additionally, the fear of not being enough can hinder personal growth. It can make it difficult to pursue one's dreams and take risks, as the fear of failure becomes a paralyzing force. Number 6. Silence as a defense mechanism. Silence can be a powerful defense mechanism for many women, a way to withdraw and protect themselves from the complexities and demands of the outside world. There might be various reasons for this tendency. Some might use silence as a coping mechanism to process their thoughts and emotions before expressing them. Others might do so to avoid conflict or confrontation, fearing that speaking up could lead to arguments or emotional distress. For some, silence is a shield against a history of being unheard or having their opinions dismissed. Whatever the reason, this tendency towards silence can pose unique challenges. It can lead to misunderstandings, making it harder to communicate effectively and potentially causing isolation. Number 7. Intense emotional memory. Women often possess an incredibly keen emotional memory, remembering not only important events, but also the feelings associated with them. This can be a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it allows them to cherish happy memories and learn from past experiences. On the other hand, it can lead to a tendency to dwell on negative emotions and past mistakes. Have you ever found yourself unable to shake off a slight from years ago? Women who have this intense emotional memory might find themselves still harboring hurt feelings or struggling to forgive. This can be especially challenging when dealing with long-term emotional or psychological trauma. It's crucial for these women to develop healthy coping mechanisms to process and manage their emotions effectively, ensuring that their remarkable emotional memory doesn't become a source of constant distress. Number 8. Craving deep connection. The human need for connection is fundamental. But for many women, this craving for deep emotional connections can be a double-edged sword. While it's a testament to their capacity for love and empathy, it can also leave them vulnerable to intense disappointment and heartache when those connections are severed or fail to materialize. Imagine the feeling of losing a close friend or the frustration of feeling misunderstood in a relationship. For women who deeply crave connection, these experiences can be particularly devastating. They might find themselves constantly seeking reassurance and validation, pouring their hearts into every interaction. However, this intensity can sometimes be overwhelming for others, leading to social and romantic challenges. Number 9. Low self-worth. Low self-worth is a disheartening reality for many women, stemming from a multitude of societal and personal factors. It can manifest as a persistent feeling of being inadequate or unworthy, often leading to self-deprecating thoughts and behaviors. This lack of self-worth might arise from societal pressures to conform to unrealistic beauty standards, gender roles, or career expectations. Women who struggle with low self-worth often engage in negative self-talk, constantly criticizing and devaluing themselves. This can lead to a myriad of emotional and mental health challenges, including depression, anxiety, and eating disorders. Number 10. Fear of losing control. The fear of losing control is a primal fear that many women wrestle with, often stemming from experiences of trauma or a lack of autonomy in their lives. It can manifest as an intense anxiety in situations where they perceive a lack of control, such as in crowded spaces, during medical procedures, or when faced with sudden changes in their schedules. Women who struggle with this fear might find themselves constantly seeking reassurance, double-checking tasks, or avoiding situations that trigger their anxiety. This fear can be especially debilitating when it leads to a reluctance to take risks or make decisions, potentially hindering personal and professional growth. Remember, while these points might resonate with some women, they're not universal truths. Every woman is an individual with unique strengths and challenges. Understanding these potential weaknesses is about fostering empathy and creating a supportive environment. If you found this video helpful, please share for more insightful mental health videos. Thanks for watching.